it's not gonna happen because because Warriors already have the pride of it. So I don't know. I just feel having a I just felt that the Warriors wants to get another repeat. I gotta do something because if the Warriors wants to repeat for this year in during the playoffs, well, we'll kick Nick Young's ass. So I don't care about Nick Young or Marakashi because they can suck their balls. And I want to let those guys to death. And same one of those bench players like Draymond Green. So I don't care what they say. Because I want them to die. and let the Golden State Warriors die unless LeBron James will get a 5-time championship like Kobe Bryant. So, and I hope it should be awesome if LeBron James would get like 9 NBA finals straight. So it should be might be predicted soon. So we don't know if it's gonna happen or not because of the Boston Celtics. They're a very, very good team. They're very stronger, but I'm pretty sure LeBron would leave it LA if he loses to the Celtics in many certain games. So I'm gonna have to find out and see because if he's not doing a good job to beat the Celtics, because I'm a LeBron James fan. I'm just not a I'm not I could be like a Cavaliers fan like more courtly, but I'm mostly with the big fan of LeBron James. LeBron James is awesome. He played with the Miami Heat. He played with the Cavaliers, and to give it to give him proof to his stories. I love his stories. Of LeBron James. Because LeBron James he makes himself the king of the story, the king of the NBA, not just all of the Boston Celtics players like Bill Russell and shit. Because I really hate him. Because LeBron's the king. Okay, here's another one. What did Chris Mullin say to the NBA players? Wants to know to tell everybody about the story. Tell us, Frank. I think it's funny to me because there was a one dude with the Warriors. He's also played with Chris Mullin. Since the Warriors are in last place and downhill or rock bottom was Tell us, Frank. Tell us, Frank he's a worse guy too, but you don't see the manage how Al Ados is trying to fix this thing and everything up, but it doesn't work because I care about Al Ados as a best San Francisco Warriors player, but he should not be managed. He should not be a manager since after Dick Verlip ruined the Warriors because they put the Warriors to win a championship and then they deserve to lose and get Dick Verlip to fire so that Al Ados had to take care of the stuff. That makes no sense. Because if I wasn't a San Francisco Warriors fan, you should not let the Al Ados to keep continuing their years because of Al Ados has been so old. Same thing with Franklin Manelli. He's been old too because when they were the Golden State franchise, you don't have to do like many years like to keep up. It's just too hard for you, and it doesn't work because of the Dick Verlip was been managed since when he grabbed all those very good hippie players and draft that Jamal Wilkes. Jamal Wilkes is a great player. He should have been in play with the Lakers in the first place to give him draft instead of the choking steak Warriors. You got everything wrong. If you let else to do all year, it doesn't work because those are the guys we've been talking about for Golden State Warriors jokes. It doesn't work. How would the manager could do this shit? How? There is no how because if he doesn't work, he would retire and find another manager who works with him, like Don Nelson and shit. Because I don't fucking care about Don Nelson because he's more worse than Dick Verlip and the bitch ass Gary Sanjay and Chris Mullin. They were the worst managers ever. I don't give a fuck about them. Shit. Okay, here's another joke. What is the difference between Golden State Warriors and the baby? They cry every Sundays from the Game 7 finals. It's funny to me because when you lose to LeBron in Cleveland, because I win a trophy like that, because when you hear everything about LeBron's story, it was the brightest moment ever because he's been in crybaby sometimes, but I feel like kind of like a crybaby because because I won the championship in Cleveland for the first time. This is so good, you know. This is a bright moment for LeBron because, you know, he does all his work. He does really very good to commitment to Cleveland with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love and the crew, you know. And Richard Jefferson was doing a good job for that shit. And same thing with Matthew Dellavedova. They did it without Anderson Varejao. It's a very good thing because you don't want those. You don't want Anderson Varejao to be in a team because, you know, it's a good championship team, especially for addition for Iman Shumpert and J.R. Smith. Those are very good shooting guards to cover up really good, you know, and covering up Steph Curry. Well, that's very good shit too because you need the championship to win, and then you deserve it, you know. That makes the Warriors became a baby because of the. That thing is that the baby they can cry every Sunday because they just don't know how the Warriors are gonna make a better wins, you know. They just want to kill themselves or something, you know. And especially politics too. When they had Donald Trump as a president, you know what I mean? They cry every Sundays. That's what happens. That's what happens every time when the Warriors loses, you know. Happens. Okay, here's another one. What do you get if there's a homo guy, a writing book, and an indoor activity from the bowl that makes a soup? Manupol. Manupol is funny because he's the dude. He's also played in the 80s too, but I think he's not. Wait, he did not play in the 80s. He did play with the 90s when that Warriors made to the number 2 because Chris Mullin is just being a cocksucker to try to make it to the number 1 like the Splash Brothers. No way, Chris Mullin. No way. And that makes no sense because that organization looks dumb when they got Chris Mullin there, especially for Mitch Richmond. Nobody gets it, and Tim Hardaway leaves to Miami Heat like LeBron did. You know, if you people get the story about Manute Bol, is that it's feel kind of funny to me when it sounds like Manute Bol, but it sounds like Manopol. You know, like if you're the guy, that means you're the only person who is writing a note and makes it a bowl. You know what I mean? And that makes a soup. It's funny though. Okay, here's another one. Who is the best basketball player that could fight cancer from the digestive system? Kidney Battle Cancer. It's funny because it sounds like Kenny Battle. Kenny Battle is a basketball player who went to the number 2 on the Warriors charts, but didn't make it to number 1 because you're stupid. Kenny Battle for Kidney Battle Cancer. That's funny. But people get those jokes anyways because, you know, I just don't care about the manager. I don't care about the coach, Don Nelson, but I don't care about the year of 91 to 92. It's just, it looks this year treats like a cock. That year was treating like a cock. Chris is acting like a cock because he's always been like that those years when they have that shit. Especially for the Ricky Berry's era. That one's lame too. Because you know why? Because all those hippies want to watch all those games. You know what I mean? This is so lame because we don't want those hippies to watch those. And neither with Mark Jackson era because all of this because if you remember how Mark Jackson is not even good as well because he's just a stupid franchise player who doesn't even play good, who doesn't even coach them good because he went to the St. John with Chris Mullin. That makes no sense because Mark Jackson and Chris Mullin, they're both related because they were very good friends. That makes no sense because he was related to Keith Smart. He relates to Don Nelson and the crew. That makes no sense because Mark Jackson is not the guy that we were just looking to. Because I let him fire because of the Clippers just beat the Warriors at him in the Game 7. And you will remember that because that year isn't quite enough to get those younger boys to go up. You know why? Because Chris Mullin is a cocksucker. And that makes sense, you know. And after that, years later, you know, the Splash Brothers and the crew, they're doing a good job, then those hippie dudes, hippies are not doing a good job, but they're not getting aggressive as the Warriors, as the new franchise the Golden State Warriors does, like Steve Kerr, because I care about him, especially for the roster and his staff. It makes a lot of sense to give this team to to give this everything up and let that team to break up with Oakland because the Warriors are going to San Francisco and you got to think about those new franchises players like Steph Curry or Andre Iguodala because those two dudes they're in a no trade clause, so it might be too late. So if you're not a Golden State Warriors fan, go kill yourself. If you've been a Warriors fan for years since the 70s through the early 10s, go kill yourself. We don't care how the teams that you love, and I don't care if you're part of this politician that you care of. And I don't like Donald Trump, Why don't you just kill yourself? There's nothing in your lives you're gonna have to go up to you. None. It's not gonna help you. And I'm sorry. Things, all the branches of the Warriors fans, it's not gonna help. And it's true because you just can't get out of their lives, and especially for Jews and atheists and so does the hippies and snowflakes. Gotta think about it. Gotta think about it. Kill yourself because Warriors are gonna go back to normal where it was, like normal people, like Christians people, Catholic people, predecessors and clod people, and and baby boomers too, because baby boomers and the crew they're gonna love about the Warriors if they're going to San Francisco as San Francisco Warriors, and that's what the franchise do. So don't mess with the game of the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Warriors on MLK Day. So don't miss that shit. So it's gonna be a really awesome game because we're gonna have to beat them really badly again. So this is Eagle Eyes DC. And thanks for watching the Golden State Warriors jokes, part 4. So we'll meet you around for the next part. Tight.